Are you ready for your first run of the day?
Yes, man. I've waited and waited.
Well, hello, everybody. We do have the doors open, so it's might be a little hard to hear. They need to put you back here in the back 40, so I'll holler a little bit. Before we start, when you display a message out there to the world, makes you feel good when people you understand or you realize or you hear that people are getting what you're saying. So Adam here has made a video really worth going to watch it.
Grease Spot Garage.
Grease Spot Garage, that's right. Kind of hitting on what I say every day about these 1,440 minutes. They're your minutes. You do what you want to with them. Make yourself happy. Nobody else is going to. We're all here for a reason. Like, for instance, this morning,
I got here and I see going toward Ashboro, it's a pretty good downhill. Well, I see on the left-hand side of the road going toward Ashboro, a Jeep with their flashers on, and on the right-hand side I see a white truck with a little trailer, people running back and forth like ants. If y'all can't tell, 49 here is busy.
very busy.
Like, I mean, like stock market busy. Well, I'm on the phone with Dad, as I usually am. I say, hey, come out here, let's go check on these people, make sure they're okay. Because the Jeep was kind of back in, was down toward the ditch. It's kind of a long fall.
He realizes that now.
Dad walked down there to check on them. Turns out the Jeep stopped running. The jokes write themselves. Just like Rusty said, he's always working on his boards. The jokes write themselves. However, I had a few people pulling up here. A guy pulled in, he had a concrete, like, what's it called? Culvert. And he had a strap come loose. So he just took the strap off and kept going.
And this is a bit, now I'm telling you,
this is like
this truck. Now, it was a heavy culvert. It wasn't something, just one of these little 4-foot ones.
No, that thing was like 12 foot long and about 4 or 5 foot diameter. That joker was big, like Big Mama big.
It was heavy.
He didn't even speak to me, so I didn't speak to him. I said, to hell with it. You pull in my driveway to fix something and you just don't fix it, just don't leave it here. So he takes off and
I kept the culvert now.
I would have kept it, as long as it didn't break.
He went on about his business.
And then a car pulls in and they said they're with them. I said, well, do we know what's going on? They said, well, I think they're out of gas, but he just put gas in it. I said, okay, it's not even his Jeep, it's his son's.
No, what he told me is his son filled it up, and I think he said Siler City.
Siler City's an hour from here.
And so then he stopped, I think he said Ashboro, and he went and put gas in it. He said it took 3 gallons and cut off, and he couldn't get it to take no more. So he figured it was full. So he takes off. We gets coming up this hill, and
Back end's a lot further down, and I'll give you a hint. I think the fuel pump's on the front.
but it starts going up the hill, and I can tell you what, it ain't on the right side because it couldn't quit running. And the first he had it nose down, and the back of the Jeep in the road. So they decided to turn the wheel a little bit and try to push the Jeep. Y'all know what gravity does.
In neutral. We were so rudely interrupted by a camera battery passing away.
I really don't know where it went dead at, but
The Jeep was nose in toward the ditch. The back end of the Jeep was still hanging in the road. They put it in neutral.
he was gonna push it.
Newton's third law of gravity.
And he's in the back pushing on the spare tire. Takes off into the ditch. Pretty big ditch.
Yeah.
How it done it, I don't know, but it went right down the ditch, right in between two trees, and I believe it wedged on the tires. I don't think he hit the Jeep, so he got real lucky. And then our neighbor across the street, there's that car come out of here. Neighbor across the street come pulled him out of the ditch, and then left. So I walked down there because I told them they were gonna load that Jeep on the side of the road. Yeah, they got winches and stuff, but I figured it was a lot safer to get on up here in the driveway. So I went down there and told them, you know, they had a little, looked like we did chainsaw gas.
It was pretty big gas. It was 1 quart.
So,
or 1 gallon.
no, it wasn't even a gallon. It was yours. You know, it was, and so he puts that in there, and that was enough to fire it up. It actually fired up, and but then he couldn't. The female didn't get in fast enough, so it run whatever gas that it did pick up out. So I told him, I said, man, I'm gonna get my tractor and pull y'all up here, and y'all can load it in the driveway, you know. So I come got the tractor, went down there, y'all see it. I filmed it, and pulled him up here. He told me, it didn't dawn on me when he said it, because if you've ever pulled anybody or ever been pulled by somebody, you know when you get on level ground, at some point, you're not keeping equal speed. So you will drag your brakes just a little bit, or maybe set your emergency brake on 1 notch, barely pull it. So now, when I say it's a hill, it's still not that big of a hill, but it's still a hill. So I reached through the third gear and forward drive, and I was going to pull him up. Well, I'm telling you, my tractor started pulling him, but it was really pulling it down. And I'm like, man, because he told me right before he got in, he said, I don't hold the brakes so it don't come up here and hit you. When the people, it's going uphill. So I thought, but okay, I understood, you know, most people drag the brakes. Well, I looked back. When I finally put it in first gear and give it all the throttle and started pulling him, I looked back. The ass end of the Jeep was sliding down the hill where he was dragging, not dragging, holding the brake, and it was going. I'm like, man, they gonna be down in the ditch, gonna roll me over too. I'm like, man, but
There goes all my problems.
yeah. But anyway, I got him up there. I think when I got to the top of the hill, I think he thought we was going downhill. But when I got to the top of the hill, the tractor took on off, so I think he let off the brakes when I got to the driveway. And I pulled him up there, and the guy started pulling the ramps out, and he said something about somebody was bringing gas. I said, well, you know, if you're wanting to see if you're out of gas, I got a little bit of gas. I had about a gallon. And so he put that gallon in it, and it fired right up. That's the problem. I said, yeah, they got gas in it.
And he said, okay, we should be good for at least 10 miles. You might want to lower that down to 5. You might want to go in town and go get gas.
Well, I told him, and I mean, he might have made it to the next gas station, but
You going down?
I said that right there was about a gallon. It's a 5-gallon jug. I don't know how much is in it. So I said, man, you do what you want. I'd give him a card if he had trouble, he could call us. But you do what you want. If somebody's coming to bring you 5 gallons of gas, I'd put 5 gallons of gas in it before I try to go down this road.
It's not like we need the space right now anyway.
So he,
Great people.
yeah, like I said, the female, she was filming me pulling him up the hill. And evidently they got a shop in Solid City.
Either that or Rancher. Either way, it's right side.
But they got a shop down that way. And
They go to UR quite often.
he said they come up here about 3-4 times a year to go to UR. So, you know, I told them they were always welcome. And so, you know, and he did offer to pay me. That's not the kind of people we are. We help people that, when you're in a bind, I'm not here to take your money. Now, if you pull up here and want to buy a set of tires, I'll sell you a set of tires.
But like yesterday's video, it'll be like a week ago for y'all right now. You had a pan pull in and you had a blow, or you had a tire go down. I know they're pretty well close to the end of their life. Well, that aluminum 5.3 sitting on top of one of them, the other one's sitting out there.
Y'all can't see it, but y'all look at this one.
Well, they're probably still in 360. So he pulls wheels in, and he's like, let's see if we can save it. I know it doesn't have a lot of tread or nothing like that. Well, there was no saving that time.
No, it was all the way around it.
The whole thing was, the tread was separated from the tire. I said, man, I can't save that. But luckily, we had 2 tires in the back, and for the price that I sold them for, I couldn't buy one.
Now, they were brand new, but they've been here since, they're at least 2, maybe 3 years old.
Which is still a new tire, but in the same token, it's a 2 or 3 year old tire.
And
It's not out of date by manufacturer's standard.
No, but I wouldn't feel right selling them as new.
But in the same token, you're on the side of the road where you just pull in here. I have a set of tires that can get you going.
And they went from around here, so.
They're not. Their kids got to play around, let them play and sell them.
Oh Lord, they played around.
And it's partly kind of like an annoying thing, but in the same token.
Those kids enjoyed themselves while they were here.
But they've probably never been around stuff like this. They've probably never been around a YouTuber's car.
Hey, nah,
A race car.
we're racers.
Because they come in and saw YouTube on the side. They're like, oh my God, is that a YouTuber's car? Yeah, it's our car. Oh my gosh, them kids loved it. And they got 2 brand new tires on the front. And for the price, like I said, I couldn't replace one of them for the price they got. And like me and Daddy talked about last night while making the video, that man and his family cannot leave our shop and go tell somebody. It was Easter weekend, after hours. I got 2 brand new tires put on and balanced. My kids got to play. And it only cost
Sit under the umbrella and enjoyed yourself.
Yep.
Well, they had to be enjoying themselves because they didn't have to watch their kids. Their kids was in here ransacking everything. When I tell you those kids enjoyed themselves, they probably talk about that till they're 28 years old.
But
128, I don't know.
what I'm getting at is you help people when they're down if you can.
I don't believe this kicking man while he's down. You help the man up, and he'll help you out later.
You never know. You might be the next person that's down. I might need a hand to pick you up.
That's right. I also believe in that pay it forward stuff,
I can't give stuff away.
I have been in a position where we sat down and eat in a Japanese meal, and when we started to leave, the woman literally said, they got y'all's bill. And now you go to a Japanese restaurant, you're going to spend at least $100. You know that. And didn't know the people. We talked to them while we sit there and eat. But they yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yep. We'll be right back. Thank you. little bit.
Michael.
But I think I was talking about that guy in the Jeep. Don't really remember where I was at, but
Anyway,
here on this Just Us Silly little YouTube channel, we got 146 days of No Name National, 29 days of Fun Run Cruisers Drive-In. Daryl's putting on in Sydney, Ohio, at the fairgrounds.
if I did not tell y'all, I'm only in Atlanta for 4 weeks, so I can make it.
Yeah, and we still got a lot to do just to get ready,
My truck won't be ready.
but well, we got to get our money back up because
Taxes.
don't even get me started. I've been in a shitty mood ever since, and I ain't even made the loan to pay the bill yet. But
It's kind of sad when you got to get a loan to pay taxes. You pay taxes every paycheck.
I kind of think they take check. I don't tell them how much they take. Well, I guess I do when I tell them, but still, anyway, it's all crooked anyway. We did go down there and help the Jeep guy out with the
Save the day, one Jeep at a time.
I have no idea what time it is, so we couldn't go get lunch. I've missed my coffee the last 2 days. I don't have
Well, I do have
creamer
dinner to get to at 5, well, 6.
So this yesterday we didn't get shit done, and we ain't gonna get nothing done today. So I'm still gonna enjoy my time. I may go late and pick up the lawnmower and come back and mow or something.
Yeah, Hurley said he needs to mow and paint.
Hey, well, Hurley was worried about me painting, but I don't see nobody grabbing the damn paintbrush to help me. But
YouTube doesn't like the G word.
did I say it?
No, that's why I put.
Oh, I guess we're not doing that either.
Well, who said that? We can still ride up there.
But clean shop.
You didn't even read it. You just said, I guess we're not doing that.
They don't like the J word.
Go to the Pew and Knife Military Show. It's right up the road at Denton Farm Park. I don't have the money to spend, but if I run across a military truck, I might offer my dad for sale.
Daddy probably would. I'm beginning to find more and more out every time we have these in-depth conversations that I really ain't worth a shit, but hey.
I told him I get a little pissed off sometimes working on his car, but it's not his car. I get pissed off working on my car.
What does he tell y'all? I'm working on your car.
You know, I tell you,
it's always the same. It's on the videos. It's always the same. I'm working on yours. I'm working on yours.
Y'all see this fitting right here?
But yeah, see, and he's gonna throw it at me. So I mean,
I was gonna say, I want to see it disappear.
It's always the same. He's a liar. See, that's what I'm saying.
It's always the same.
Man, how do you feel when somebody looks and never mind. I got 1,440 minutes. This jackass ain't gonna borrow you one of them.
Where's my mark? You already put a stripe across my forehead yesterday.
But anyway, you got 1,440 minutes every day. Get out there and enjoy them. Make them yours, or they are yours. They were given to you when you were created. And you allow people to
intrude on your time.
That's a good way of putting it. I like that. I wouldn't have thought of that word, but I do like that. And so you choose who you spend your time on, or waste your minutes on, or whatever. So, but what you need to do is make yourself happy. That's what you need to do. Nobody else is going to. I promise you.
There's people out there that will say, like I just sat there and talked to the neighbor across the road in his GMC Sierra. Talked to him for a few minutes. Got a few ideas for a potential for Justin. But some people will say, well, you just wasted time talking to him. No, I did not.
No, you get to know people when you're at, let your guard down and able to sit there and talk. You find out what kind of people that you're talking to.
This guy crazy, but I think he don't waste his 1,440 minutes worrying about stupidity.
I'm sure that he don't give a freak.
So, with that being said, he's right across the road from us, and I guess he didn't realize we did tires. He's called a few times about tuning his truck or trying to fix the ECM.
I don't think the horn works on that truck because he uses the gas pedal every time he goes by to wave.
Yeah. He said if that wheel falls off again, that he's just going to leave it on the side of the road. I said, well, I'll come pick it up. I'll take the whole truck.
I heard him say somebody keeps on, he's just going to shoot the truck right at the gas tank and let the damn thing blow up.
I mean, if he don't want it, I'll just take the truck. I don't even need utility.
Anyway.
I can take it back there.
It's
something. It is
what it is.
Enjoy your 1,440 minutes, because at the end of the day, you ain't getting any younger. Your past is behind you. It doesn't matter. Daddy said something to a guy the other day. That's why they make the windshield so big and the rear view mirror so small. Look at your future and don't forget the past.
Don't forget it and keep going, and so don't sneak back up and bite you again.
Because there's a saying, those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it.
So
that being said, your past doesn't really define you, who you are right now.
Everybody can change.
Yep.
But
at the end of the day, it's always up to you if you want to change or if that person wants to change. And the people that we're around, I think, are A+ people.
I've met some good people here in the last year.
Yep. This year and a half of doing YouTube.
And I'm just going to tell you, I'm honored to call them friends, and you don't hear me say that
and
very
we're
often.
honored to call you the Snowman family.
Yes. So, anyway, y'all keep tuned. We're going somewhere. We don't know where, but we're going. We're going to try our best to. We're not going to drawing school. I can promise you that. But we're going somewhere, and we're going to go have a good time while we're doing it. We're down a little bit right now, but we will get back up and going.
Tell him, be happy. He's 56. He made it past the driving 55. So be happy.
He keeps saying this, on that driving 55 stuff. I know the song says I can't drive 55, but I just don't know where he goes.
I sort of think he can't drive 55 either. I can't set my cruise on.
He's not making sense to me. But anyway, I guess that's why we're called a silly little YouTube channel. Remember, keep it silly.
Keep it silly, y'all.
Lord, somebody take that marker from him. Thank y'all.
Like and subscribe.
What he said. Hello, everyone. Just so you know, been in a very crappy mood, and I should have already done this, but they kept telling us that the intake gases wasn't going to be here until Monday, and they couldn't find the address. The same story we get on every time that FedEx delivers it. Even this guy that showed up just a minute ago actually had the intake gaskets, which then I really feel stupid because I was waiting on the intake gaskets to switch the intake so I could put this motor back in. And just so you know, we've got these motor mounts. For the LS motor mounts, that comes off, and the other motor mount mounts actually to the K member. So technically, for just a little bit, I can go ahead and put an LS in it. But I am going to go ahead and swap I am going to go ahead and put this motor back in it, and I'm curious about this motor anyway, but I'm going to put this motor back in it, and we are going to do something different, maybe over here on Twisted Sister, like the original plan. But I just told Randy there's no way that switch, putting an LS in that car, it's that easy, just the two motor mounts. Because evidently I was just reading that on the 93, you remember that mine's the bastard child, that the computer's different and everything, and the transmission's different and all that as far as the way it's controlled. Well, it sounds like that I don't have to have my transmission hooked up whatsoever. I can still shift it and it not be hooked to the computer. So technically, I can bolt my transmission to the LS, put those LS motor mounts, set it down in there with the LS wiring harness and go to a Holly, and I've done pretty much the swap that I want to do on the car anyway. But I'm already in at about 2 feet doing this way. So I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime the motor up, and I'm going to let it, I'm going to prime it up, and then I'm going to paint it black. The motor, paint it black because the intake's red, and I don't think that red intake's going to look good with this orange. I think I'm going to take one of these valve covers off one of these other cars, other motors, and see if I can kind of scuff it up and make it look good with the red intake. I'm not really going to worry about scuffing the motor up. I know I should technically, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to shoot some primer on it, shoot some paint, be done with it, because I do not, when I say I don't plan on being on it long, it may be another year, but I don't plan on running this motor very long if we can figure out this LS swap and stuff. If we can get the LS swap done in the red truck, if we can do Twisted Sister, and it'd be relatively easy on us, then we're going to go ahead and do Topless Zelda and Fireball. And that way we got all LS and we can kind of play with different things. But anyway, I'm going to do a little bit here, and y'all come along with me, because like I said, I've really not accomplished a lot today. Been in a pretty shitty mood. Excuse my language. But anyway, here we go. That wasn't good. Nope, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. Randy's out on the chainsaw. I really don't think Randy wants to. I don't know why he's got so upset, but there's something about helping me on my car that's really pissed him off here lately. I don't know what, but I'm gonna grab a cloth for my hand. I'll be right back. I do want you to know I've really wasted this day, and I'm not happy about that either. This probably makes Daryl cringe. Cause like I said, this ain't no metal art custom paint job. This is going into a burnout car that's probably gonna catch on fire. Get a little heavy on it, better quit. Get it the other side or something. Don't take much to get your hands greasy on this thing. Spark plug wires ain't hitting on much, that's for sure. You wouldn't have known I pressure washed it, I'll say that. Also thinking, while I'm at it, I don't need the ABS brake system. I'm thinking about taking that whole block off and finding me a straight through or hook the lines together or something, or make some more lines or something. Because all I'm running off of the pedal is the front brakes, so I don't need that ABS. I need to do away with that block, give me more room underneath the car. Like I said, we're getting into this kind of like a budget build. Like I said, here we are, less than $2,000 into the car, just blowed the motor. This motor came out of a car we bought for $1,500, and we bought it just for the T56 transmission. And the T56 transmission is at least $1,500 by itself. So we could use the transmission and junk the car, and we still, got the motor for free. But what we plan on doing, let me turn you just a little bit. What we plan on doing, I think you can see the car. What we plan on doing is redoing everything on the front end of this thing, or get another a newer one for it, so we can put the LS motor in this car and let this car be our drift car. And I mean, we'll still do burnouts in it, don't get me wrong, because it is convertible, and I think that's pretty badass to do it, be out there in the convertible doing burnouts and stuff, and it's straight gear. So what I would like to do is get my car back to going. We need to work on Randy's truck, and I would like to put the LS in this first before we do mine or Randy's burnout cars. And then this car will be a little fun, maybe get into a little bit of drifting and stuff like that. That's kind of what the plans are. It wouldn't take much for me to get ahead of myself with my motor out, but it's not the plans. Hold on just a second. I hope that was just somebody turning around. All right, I think I'll let that dry a little bit, and I'll shoot a coat of black on it and call it a day. I ordered to do the transmission, but there's too much variables right there. I don't know. Let's see what a little bit of it does. I think they call this Craigslist rebuild, marketplace rebuild. Lost paperwork though. I'm out of primer. Yeah. It'll look good anyway, I'd say. I'd see, hey. I'll see.
So much for not using primer. Hey man, you paint the transmission, you fancy.
You gotta do this.
Only if you were this good at painting the office, Hurley said.
I can actually tell early I painted something.
I got it stuck twice. I cut a few trees. I stopped before I dropped the tree on myself.
That might be a good idea.
Y'all tell him, fix all my problems.
Yeah, selfish way of looking at it, but I'm sure it would.
Remember, don't make a permanent solution for a temporary problem, my friends.
I don't know why I'm painting that
I was about
barrel.
to say, why are you painting that for?
It's coming off anyway. I just wanted it to look good. I didn't really see no reason to set down a half can of primer so when it had primed the transmission. I hope all it was turned around. And like that, he's gone. Yeah, somebody else turned around. That's it on that can of primer. All right, everybody, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. It shouldn't take long, then I'll come back, turn you back on, and we'll put a can of black on it, see how that looks. BRB. All right, everybody. Old primer ought to be dry now. We'll shoot some of this engine black on it and get this thing looking purty. Then maybe I can let that dry and then start working on the intake since the gases did come in. just kind of put the first coat on it kind of thin. That way I try not to run it. Well, I'm about to run out of paint for the overall first coat. Let's see what else we got. This is engine paint. But we'll see how it goes. I ain't gonna run all the way out of paint just in case. I'll let that dry, and then I'll go back over and see if I miss any before I go to. If I've got any more black engine paint, fine. If not, I'll go over it with something else. But just try to make sure we got all the. And like I said, I know when I take this chain off, I'll have some right here on the back of the transmission, but you really shouldn't see that. And like I said, the intake will be changed. And I'm thinking about, I'll take the valve covers off one of them other ones and scuff them up a little bit and do a little painting on them and see if I can make it look a little bit more better. So at least when we go somewhere we got the hood spot, it looks decent. I need to get some black and get in there and paint that mess. Might be a good idea. I'll let that right there dry a little bit. Be right back. And I'll see if I can get a little bit inside this engine bay painted a little bit here and there. Really, some of this wires need to be out of the way. Like I said, it goes to that fuse box. I guess it goes to headlights and stuff, but I kind of like to change that. I know I want this block here going, but anyway. Ain't telling how old this paint was now. Might ought to put it in the shaker. Really need to be down in there. Hang that back there. See if I can get one of them little handles for this thing. I'll be right back. Hello everyone. It's Saturday afternoon and been one of them there days. Been beautiful weather. Had several people y'all seen. I helped the guy out with the Jeep. Talked to those. Had a few more things going on here and there. But for the most part, I've been in the wrong place. That's why I try to tell y'all, I talk to Vic a lot, you know, when he comes in about being real negative and trying to boost his spirits. And trying to get him and everybody else to look at things on a positive note. It's very easy to say it. And for the most part, I try to live by what I say. And I feel like I'm a man of my word. And but I want you to know when something gets on my mind and it really is something that really bothers me. It's hard for me to shake it. And I can overlook a lot of stuff. I really can. But there's certain things that just absolutely just gets right inside of me and turns the knife around and around. And people know that they do that. And I'm dumb enough to let them get into my 1,440 minutes. And I don't know why, and I don't know how it bothers me so much. Probably because it ends up hitting me in the back pocket. I've always worked for everything that I've ever had. I've ever been able to get or accomplish. I've had to work my ass to the bone. I've had one thing that was kind of that wasn't kinda, that was handed to me. I had one family member leave me something, and it helped out. It really set me up, and I was trying to make investments, and I was trying to do things, and I was trying to enjoy life, and then when the big crash happened, it about wiped me out. So that one thing, for as grateful as I am about it, really helped. But with a stroke of a pen somewhere above, it put it, at the domino effect, it just wiped out and took the toll on everybody. I was lucky to hold what I was holding on to, but those few years really worked on me. So I always get back and go and get back to grinding and working and make my money back, and then I get down like I am right now, and it's kind of hard because I had stretched everything kind of to the limit, trying to do what we were doing, and then on top of it, I've got to go make another loan, and it is what it is, and I will recover, but I just want you to know it's been a rough couple of days. It's been a rough time right here for me. And I said in one of my other videos, or briefings or debriefing, if somebody knows me long term, I've never had a bunch of friends, and it does feel good when these people that I have kind of started, and for me to call somebody friends, it's really far-fetched for me. So by this new adventure we're doing here with this channel, this silly little YouTube channel, the people I've met, when they can see me on this camera and see something's bothering me, and I've not spoken to none of them about it, and one at a time, they're reaching out, they're talking to me, and they're telling me, or asking me if everything's all right, because they can tell. And none of them has tried to tell me what I've done wrong or what I need to do. They've all been there to listen. It means a lot. Yes, I'm down right now, and I've got a lot of things that's in my head that I'm playing devil advocate with, however you say that. But I will bounce back, and I will figure out a way to push it back inside and continue on with my life and get back into my happy self. I'm not that happy person right now, and it's taking a toll on the shop. It's taking a toll on my everyday life, and bad part about it is Randy's in the same mindset right now. Normally, one or the other one is. So it's kind of double trouble when we both, because usually I'm trying to help push him up and he's trying to help push me up and we're down. So bear with us. We will make it through. We pull through, and thank each and every one of you for noticing and reaching out and giving me a shoulder to talk to and trying to help out, give a helping hand. I just want to tell you thank you, truly. So anyway, here on this just a silly little YouTube channel, we got 146 days of No Name National, 49 days of Fun Run Cruisers Drive-In at Sydney, Ohio. Daryl's putting on at the fairgrounds. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing all these people that I keep telling y'all about, my friends and everything. I look forward to this. Unfortunately, with the things that's going on, Randy's truck will not be ready. There's no way. Matter of fact, we may be a day off. I think I heard Daryl say something today, there's 48 days, but I probably need to count this back up. Because like I said, last couple of days we've not got a lot done, and I'm not 100% sure. You see that Randy wrote this, and I normally enjoy writing this, and I've really not even wanted to come in and do this. Not that I don't want to be here, because I do, but I just, I haven't got that motivation. So, we did help a guy out with a Jeep, and we did not go do the lunch and coffee, so there's day 2 without my coffee, and my honey intake for these allergies. That could be a little bit to it also, because I think I overdid it the other day when I was weed eating for work, and I really got sick that afternoon, so I wasn't able to do nothing here. And just like, well, another thing on top of everything else is, I know by the time this comes out, it's not, we're not day for day like we were, we're ahead. But last night video never went up. It crashed sometime. When we got here and checked it out this morning, it was at 51%, the computer had crashed. So we had to redo it all. Well, it's been on since this morning, and I just checked it before I come out here to do this debriefing, and it was on 81% showing still 2 hours. That means I'm not going to go in there and do anything for today's video until that's done. So this is going to kind of have to act as, there's no way that's going to get done. I'm going to get the new video made, uploaded, or exported and uploaded, and it be ready for 4 o'clock in the morning. I just, for whatever reason, when this thing goes and does this thing and the video comes up and everybody can see it, I'm going to shut every one of the routers down and leave them down, and then bring them back up online and see if they will reset and help out a little bit, because it has literally been all day long, this thing in there, and it's still at 81%. And that's bothered me too. There's, like I said, it's just, it's crazy right now. Randy was really wanting to go do that show. He's wanting to get out and meet people, let people know we're here. And I know what he's trying to do, and I get it. He wants this place to start doing it, pulling its own weight. But he's creating another job, and something's going to have to give. There is not enough time in the day for us to work at the railroad, run this shop, do what we enjoy on these vehicles, do the filming, do the editing, do the uploading, and then still get in people's premieres and lives and try to have them ourselves. Yesterday was Friday, we didn't even do a live. And I told him every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I wanted to do a live and maybe a premiere. This morning, well, yesterday I didn't film it, but yesterday I mowed my front pastures, and then today I mowed my back pastures. Now today I actually filmed it, videoed it on my mower. So I thought that can go up and actually be a premiere. You know, I got to see how long it was. I'm sure it was over an hour. Seems like it was probably close to 2 hours, but that would be a good premiere out there mowing, you know. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot done, but to me, the premieres are getting all of us together and kind of talking and chatting and carrying on and poking fun at each other and make, you know, just kind of being acquaintance for each other. So, but anyway, as I was saying, we did not get to go do that. Randy really wanted to do it. I think he was kind of upset with me. We both kind of was in one of them moods today, and it just seemed to get worse as the day went on. And then he had another obligation he had to go to this afternoon, so that's why he's not here. But he wrote down clean the shop. I ended up cleaning up in here. I got the leaf blower, blowed everything out. I cleaned everything up. We were supposed to go to Harbor Freight and pick up at least one engine stand so we can put that aluminum 5.3 on it. But we have not, we've not done it. We really don't have the money. But we're going to have to get one so it can be off the, we got it sitting on tires and we keep having to move it. So we're going to have to bite the bullet and go get something for it to stand on. And I did get up there, and another thing that was bothering me too, the intake gaskets were supposed to come in yesterday, and I was looking forward to getting the intake gaskets on the motor that's going back in Fireball, and then I could get it all painted up and ready. And for whatever stupid reason, FedEx can't get it here. They can't find the address. It's happened several times, and then Randy gets on the phone with him, and it's about like calling the internet people. And then I should have been up there painting the engine like I wanted to, getting the engine bay painted and getting there and rewiring the starter wires, because they've been heated up enough that they need to be replaced. They're working, but there's a lot of bare spots in them, so I need to pull the starter wire up, and so I can rewire the starter and stuff and get those wires back where and get them good and loomed. And I'm wanting to take a few parts off that I don't feel like I need on that car, since it's nothing but a burnout car. Then yesterday the parts did come in where Adam got us the motor mounts to put an LS in that car. Well, I've been playing it in my head, and I don't want to take the motor out of Randy's truck. We do have another motor in a Tahoe that's at my house. We need to get the Tahoe here and get the motor. It is a running motor. And when those motor mounts come in, I got to thinking about how to, you know, they go on, and I don't have to change cross members like K members like I thought I was going to have to. I can use the motor mounts that Adam got for us. And then it was the deal on, you know, I don't have a wiring harness. I do have a wiring harness on Randy's truck. We're not going to get Randy's truck, so I can rob it, order another one, and go that route. I don't have the Holly, you know, sniper, I mean, you know, so it's going to take a few steps to do it. But then I found out my transmission can work without being plugged in. That's the year that it does. It helps the transmission, but it doesn't have to. We're not going up and down the road in this car, so it doesn't have to have all the features. I can manually shift that car. It's what the internet says. I've not tried it. So actually, it wouldn't be that hard for me to LS swap that car. We've got the engine, we've got the transmission, everything should bolt right back up, and I could actually order the Holly Terminator and hook right into the thing, and probably a week I could have it up and going as an LS car. But I'd have to rob Peter to pay Paul, and I don't want to do that. So I should have been up there painting the motor, getting it ready, getting the engine bay, getting the wires ready, getting it where the radiator was set in there better, because I about had to beat it in. But I got into this crappy mood and I didn't do it. Then, while we're sitting here today, they tell us the FedEx don't deliver on Saturday or Sunday. So here I am knowing that I'm not getting my intake gaskets till Monday, and if they can't find it Friday, they're not going to be able to find it Monday. So I'm thinking we're going to go through all this again Monday. Guy pulls in, it's got me intake gaskets. And he tells, yes, he put it in his thing, and it sent him down the road, just like we said. Just like we tried to tell him on the phone, or we did, Randy did, but they won't listen. They absolutely will not listen. We know what the driver tells us. The driver has told us, the same driver has told us at least twice now, that when you put this address in, it takes you to a different place. They are putting in old Highway 49, not Highway 49, but that's what they're doing. When it comes up, they're clicking it and takes them down there. They're not reading their computers right, is what it is, or their GPS, but nobody will listen. The guy that comes here seems to be a super guy, but he don't talk real good English. You talk and he shakes his head yes. There's no way he understands what you're saying, but he gets us to park. And unfortunately, we got more parts coming Monday, and he's off Monday. So he says, if they don't get it to you Monday, I will bring it to you Tuesday. So we'll probably have to wait until Tuesday to get our parts that we're looking for Monday. But the intake gaskets come in, and that kind of boosted my day, you know, and so I got up, went in there, started priming the engine, getting it ready, and painting the engine and painting the bay. Now I'm ready to put it down and pull the intake off, but it's dark and my day's over, so I'm not going to be able to pull the intake off and replace the gaskets and put the other intake on it. So like I said, I've also decided that while we're doing it, I'm going to go ahead and try to, I've got the whole motor and transmission black, as you've seen, and the intake's red, so I'd like to do something different with the valve covers. I'm going to take the valve covers off the other motor, put a little sand on them, spray them out, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I want it to blend in good with the red that's on the intake, but we'll see. But anyway, so I did get a little bit accomplished today, and it helped that guy bringing the intake gaskets and me getting up there working, it helped. Again, for whatever reason, I don't think Randy's wanting to turn any more wrenches on my car for a while. So he got the chainsaw and he went cutting some trees. And I was telling him, you know, if you're going to cut some trees to kind of help out, you kind of need to cut those up there at the end. I was meaning the trees that the guy had already cut and laid down, and we need to cut them up into the firewood to get them moved so we can move around a little bit more. But he went up there and he cut the trees that was next to the building and around it. I mean, he did good cleaning it up, don't get me wrong, but I didn't get those trees because they were close to the building, and what I was trying to do was, when I had the skid steer, I was taking one tree at a time, pulling them away from the building. And if you know much about trees and bobcats and stuff like that, it's easier to get a stump out of a smaller tree. If you leave the tree, you can hook, you know, push the tree from the top, and it kind of bends and pulls the stumps up. Randy went up there and cut them, and now we got one laying over on the building, and I've got to pull it off the building. I was scared one of us was going to get hurt when he come and told me, showed me what he done, and I ended up hooking the chain to it, and dummy us did not film it, so you didn't get to see it. But I ended up pulling it, and I was hoping when I pulled the back, the way I was pulling, I was hoping it would fall away, like just down the edge of the building. But instead, it fell off the stump, kicked out, and laid over on the building. I don't think it messed the building up. It fell easy enough and teetered easy enough that now the tree's up in the air, the base of the tree's up in the air, and top part's over on the roof. And of course, by the time we start to try to fix all that, it starts pouring down rain. So we just, once we got the tree where it's off and it's not going to fall on no vehicles or anything, it's over on the top of the building, but we just left it. We got in out of the rain, and I'll try to hook to it tomorrow. If it's not raining, then I'll pull it off the building. I don't think it messed the building up, but it is the part of the building that's got all them used tires in it. So anyway, he did make it look a little bit better, but it made more of a mess too, that we still got to cut that and get it out of the way. Now we can't get around the building at all because all the trees that he cut today, so that's going to add another step that we're going to have to do. And in his mind, he's trying, just like I am. We've got way too much going on at one time. We need to get this place cleaned up. We need to finish the offices and get the areas the way we want them, and then start doing the other. But if we do that, we're going to be right back in the wintertime, and we're not going to be able to enjoy the summer. So we're trying to enjoy life, we're trying to enjoy the weather, we're trying to enjoy our YouTube, and we're trying to do way too much at one time. So it's kind of really getting both of us, as I keep saying. But anyway, as you've seen in the video, I did get to get the engine bay. I put one coat on the engine bay, and I do need to go back and get another one, and I need to get in there and just sit down and try to rewire that starter. I still want to take the ABS block off of it. I don't feel like I need it for the front brakes. I'm going to have to do some checking, and I want to run straight to the front brakes, and the rest of the brake lines and everything can just come out, because the rear brakes are handled off of the hand brake on the inside of the car. Front brakes is all I've got. So I feel like I can take an ABS module, just take it out and run it straight to the front brakes and just let it go just like the old vehicles. So I'd like to get that out of the way. I still want to figure out a way to do my, I still want to buy the water pump so it's electric, and I still want to figure out a way to do my alternator and my power steer. I've not heard back from Pug, but now Pug has really covered up right now, so I'm not, we'll get it when we get it. I'll just have to put the front of the motor back together, and we'll just get it as we can. But I'm going to sit here and have this an hour long just on the debrief. But anyway, stick with us. We'll get back on track. We did get a little bit done. I feel a little bit better after getting that done and this mess cleaned up. I was going to get the table. I about got it all cleaned off now. And I about got it where I was going to put the table up, but we cook every Sunday morning, tomorrow's Sunday morning, so there wasn't no sense putting the table up. Hopefully, we don't run out of propane. That's probably going to be the next thing that's going to happen. By the time we start to cook, we're going to run out of propane. And our propane tanks are out of date, and we've not, Tractor Supply won't fill them up because they need to be re-inspected. So that's another thing. And also the brakes the lights on the truck. Randy got the lights fixed, but now my brake light's not working, so we still got to go back and figure that out. So it just seems to be everything's just stacking up right now, but we'll get it. And I'm going to say it again, 1,440 minutes. Get out there. If you're not on your project, get out there, get on them, make yourself happy. I'm trying. I'm trying to work on myself too. So don't think that I'm the preacher up here telling you that I'm living this way and you need to do better, because I'm in the same boat you guys are. But I am trying to put my best foot forward. I'm trying to look on the positive side of things, and I'm trying not to let people get in my 1,440 minutes. That's what I ask y'all to do. Let's all try to be merry and be happy and hoo-ha-la. Let's go on about life and try to enjoy it. So, like I said, I'll re-say it again. If you're not on your projects, go out there and get on them. Make yourself happy. Nobody else is going to. And remember, keep it silly. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.